Hi folks, another episode of Sam Researches Obscure Vikings. We're investigating those less publicized, giving them their 15 minutes of fame, leaving no stone unturned, no speck of dust unswept. Today's quarantine show is brought to you by the refreshing Corona beer. It's great to be in isolation with Corona. Oh, reminder, I'm on Twitter, at Sam Ekstrom. That's twitter.com, at Sam Ekstrom. For Vikings updates and other nonsense, I tweet about TV sometimes and occasionally post dog pictures. Zonecoverage.com to read my serious Vikings work. This show is not always serious. We have fun, but we learn things. And today we're going to learn about Demarquis Gates. So let's go back to high school. He missed his senior season due to a torn ACL. Not great. Also played basketball and ran track. His middle name is Larenz. L-A-R-E-N-Z, Larenz. Demarquis Gates went to Ole Miss. He played there from 2014 to 2017. He's a linebacker. Everybody we profiled on the show has been 5'9". If this linebacker is 5'9", we've got a serious problem on our hands. 6'2", 220. Little undersized, though. Was born on March 7th, 1996. We are literally just a handful of years away from having professional athletes, and they already exist in, like, the NBA, I think, that were born after the turn of the century. That's crazy. So Gates' career at Ole Miss concluded in 2017, and it looks like he did well that year, 114 tackles. So what has he been doing since? This is great. We've had a CFL guy on the show twice. With Demarquis Gates, we knock off another two semi-professional leagues on our bingo card. The AAF and the XFL. He played for the Memphis Express in 2019 in the AAF, and he played for the Houston Roughnecks of the XFL just earlier this year. Here's how much respect the XFL's getting. One of the publications that wrote about Demarquis Gates said he used to play for the Houston Rough Riders, which is probably a better name than the Roughnecks, but not correct. Which league lasted longer, the AAF or the XFL? All right, the XFL lasted 5 games before they were defunct. Not necessarily their fault. It was a little thing called the coronavirus. AAF lasted 8 games last year before they ran out of money, and they didn't pay their players. And it seems like Demarquis Gates is the bad luck charm that has plagued now 2 dissolved football leagues. Nothing throws me off more than having to find stats for non-NFL leagues. All right, Demarquis Gates was 8th in the XFL in tackles with 32. He had 2 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble in, again, 5 games in the XFL season. Well, you'd never believe it, but it's true. I tracked down the Memphis Express AAF football stats from 2018, and there is Demarquis Gates in the flesh with 72 tackles, 1 sack, and a lifetime of memories. He did sign with the Cleveland Browns last May after the AAF. He just turned 24, so he's not an old man yet. Doesn't become an old man for like another 4 or 5 years. If you're 28, 29 in the NFL, it's like being 72 for real. If you're doing the math on the Vikings linebacker situation, here's where we stand at the moment. Demarquis Gates is 6th on the depth chart. You've got Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, Eric Wilson, Ben Gideon. There's your top 4 right there. Cameron Smith was a draft pick last year. He's still on the team. There's 5. Demarquis Gates would slot in at number 6. Vikings usually do keep 6 linebackers, so as of now, I think he's got a shot. We got our fun fact. Quote, "The Vikings were my first youth team. I played with them when I was 4 through 8. And because I used to play for the Vikings, I always used to watch the Vikings professional games. So when he was 4, that would have been 2000 through 8. So he saw the Dante Culpepper era. Poor guy. Also got to see Randy Moss, though, so that's not half bad. Per usual, we check out the social media, and Demarquis Gates, another underwhelming Twitter account, under 3,000 followers, and he seems out of touch. He asks 2 days ago, what's good on Netflix? Help. Tiger King, hello. Instagram account, I'm trying to find what he's like off the field. I don't want to see all football. This guy might be all football. It's football, it's popping pads, it's tackling a guy. It looks like he's drinking a nice mimosa, maybe with a brunch. I like that. Football, 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 football. Okay, let's reset here. Let's just recap what this guy has been through professionally. He was not drafted, so he signed with a startup professional football league, which folded under financial strain and corrupt ownership, then tried to play for the most dysfunctional NFL franchise, did not make the team, went to play for a second, slightly more established, but still a little bit shady semi-professional league, which ended operations because of a global pandemic, and now he's with the Vikings. Looks like a fine player. Are people going to be flocking for Demarcus Gates' autograph? No. And not because they're afraid of social distancing. That's the show for today. Once again, I'm Sam Ekstrom, and I'm on Twitter at Sam Ekstrom. You can read my work at zonecoverage.com, and you can find this show on my Instagram as well, sam.heeb.ekstrom. Really didn't want this beer, but it's open now, so